What's up, mate?
Hey, I assume you're the one I'm waiting for.
Who?
I said, I assume you're the one I'm waiting for.
Who you waiting on?
I asked for chief, lieutenant, whoever's highest up that I can speak with
Regarding?
regarding my father and what happened.
Oh, okay.
I'm James Gillespie Jr.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bounce back on.
I appreciate it, sir.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going? My name's Investigator Schaefer. This is Lieutenant Dameron.
Hey, how you doing?
Pleasure to meet the both of you.
I'm standing here so I can take my mask
No,
off.
you're
That's not
good. You're good. I got you. I can hear you. I just wanted to ask y'all about a few things. I was wondering some questions about the reports when my dad went missing. Are you aware of who my father is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the investigator that's on the case.
Hi. Pleasure to meet you. My name is James Gillespie Jr. I'm his son. I'm the one who helped out with his legal affairs, medical affairs, the whole 9 yards. I had a couple of questions about the two reports that I'd heard of that were done that night.
Okay.
And I had some questions about what happened thereafter.
Okay.
So, would you mind telling me what happened on the from the reports that you guys were the police reports, and how do I acquire those?
Those can be acquired through our records personnel.
Okay.
But is that something that has to be FOIA'd? Is it a FOIA?
Is it something where you guys can give, or do I have to do the FOIA?
I think you have to. Well, I know why it's still under investigation.
Sure.
Until they close it out. They can't release it.
Sure.
But once
fair
they
enough.
close it out, I don't know if it had to FOIA it or not. Call up here Monday through. She's actually out right now through sickness, but her name's Donna Kelly.
Donna Kelly. All right.
Yeah,
I recall the name. I think
yeah.
I've worked with her before.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you get in touch with her, she's able to get that information for you.
Okay. Is there any way you guys can tell me what the two reports were that reported, like what happened on there? Like what was
Yeah.
reported?
So, are you saying like the scene, the processing, or how we found him?
No. What I'm wondering is, I know there was one police report where somebody called in and said something about him being in the road, and then there was another off-duty police officer who also saw him right before his passing, and then there was a report he called in as well. I just want to know like what was like said.
Yeah. Okay. So I think what you're saying is like when you say report, you're meaning like calls and different calls that we had on Mr. Gillespie and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be one report.
Right.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Semantics, but yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So what happened, from what I can gather, is that he was in the road at one point, walking from the house back to the Mint Market.
Yeah.
And I think someone called in and said that he was laying in the roadway,
Okay.
or something like that.
Not a deputy.
Yeah, just a.
That was one of the neighbors. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and I guess they knew him, so they knew it was him.
Yeah.
And then the off-duty Sergeant Scout, he passed Mr. to us and he said, hey, you know, would you mind coming down here? And it was a bad area. It was raining. It was foggy. He said, hey, would
The
you mind?
first winter storm, yeah.
Would you mind walking down here to the gas station to speak with me?
Sure.
So he waited. He pulled down to the gas station and waited and waited and he never came down there. So at that point he calls dispatch back and says, hey, you know, I'm off duty, but can you please send some people out here to look through the area?
Sure.
So deputies responded and to the location, to the gas station, and went up and down the road and did not see him at that point.
Okay.
And then I guess the following day you made the report.
Yeah, once 24 hours was him missing for them. We called, and I worked with a guy named Chris, I think. That might not be his name, but
That's him. Yeah. Johnson.
Yeah, Officer Johnson. Yeah, and he's the one who gave my dad a ride home over there, so I'm familiar with him. So they actually did do like a search thing.
Oh yeah.
After the fact.
Yes.
That's what I was.
Yeah. They went up and down the Colonial Turnpike there, and then around the gas station. Of course, you know, they weren't sure exactly where he was, and I'm not sure. He was planning to go to the gas station to get cigarettes. I think he may have mentioned that to someone. And I'm not sure what he may have taken. Is his daughter's name Haley? Is that your sister?
Yeah, that's Haley.
I was talking with her about it, and she didn't think that he had gotten into any alcohol. I mean, do you?
Yeah, Officer Johnson mentioned it because Officer Johnson dropped him off at home about 6 or 8 o'clock, and he was having a mental episode, if you will, hence the walking all the way to CVS and whatnot. And I talked to him like, so how was his demeanor? Was he in a mode where he wouldn't shut up and talking about literally everything from the history that you knew him and whatnot, yada yada? And he's like, that seems about right. Talked about this incident, yada yada, named everyone by name and everything. So he was having he's bipolar, so it's this mania, if you will. And so that's. I was just wondering, like, what all interactions, what all information you guys had, because I'm just trying to piece together what exactly happened to my father before he.
I totally understand. And so, what I'll be interested to see is when the medical examiner's report comes back. So they're going to do
Toxicology, yeah.
They're going to do a blood draw and all this different things, and kind of see maybe if he took a large amount of pills. I know that when I searched this person, I found the Oxycontins, I believe, that he had gotten from CVS.
It was Percocet or something.
Percocet?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he has a prescription for that.
Right.
And some other stuff.
Which the medical examiner told me, mentioned all the different prescriptions that he has. So I'm not sure if he took something. I mean, what did you guys have a theory? I mean, she said that she did not know. I mean, did you have? Because I didn't get to talk to you.
My theory is the cop called him over to come over there, and he fell on the way over to him, and he passed shortly from where the police officer talked to him.
Okay.
That's my theory, and that's what I'm concerned is, did anyone actually go to where he was standing talking to the cop? Because I know where the body was found and where they were from the conversations from
I see what you're
with
saying.
different people. So that's what I'm wondering. I understand that you guys came out with like the dogs and everything, right?
Right.
I was wondering how much of a search do we do in the middle of the first winter storm here?
Yeah.
That's my concern. And was it proper?
Right. And I understand your concern for sure. I do think though.
Because I know he has a history as well. He does. He's visited here, there, everywhere a few times. I know he's been assaulted on police officers before and whatnot.
Well, okay.
Wondering
and
what
I think I
happened.
see what you're saying there, but that does not play any factor. I can tell you that doesn't play a factor as to. Cause I was there with a couple people that had dealt with him, and they knew that, but it doesn't matter. We look for someone just as hard. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are, who it is, if that makes sense. But as far as like where he was located, I think that was near the cemetery area.
Yeah,
right
about
there.
less than a football field from the Mid Market. Yeah.
Yeah, and but I think he was found over in the field. I guess adjacent to the cemetery. So he did not walk. I guess he didn't walk on the road or along the road to the gas station.
But he typically doesn't, just due
Does
to
he
the
walk?
fact of. Really? God damn it! It's fucking Haley. Was it my mom?
Some guy.
Rescue.
She's dying.
Hey, Mom, are you okay?
Pick me up, please. I was out watching you. Jamie goes, are you okay? And I go, no, it's okay. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome. All right.
Go.
Thank you. Sorry.
That's okay. Everybody okay? Did
We'll
you
be
bring an
fine.
ambulance or?
No, we'll be fine. I'll take care of her. If I need to, I'll drive across the street. She has syncope. Okay. She's not seizing, so she's fine. Anyways, I was just wanting to know if you guys had more information I didn't know at this point.
I tell you, after the ME reports back and they get done with that investigation part side of it, that might be a time where they can release it. I know they won't release a report, but you can certainly have access to the full report once it's the investigation's over and after the ME does their business and we get all that back.
Oh, that's okay.
So while it's still under investigation, they won't release any paperwork until that side of it's done.
What's left in the investigation portion, if you don't mind me asking?
Mainly the medical exam.
The toxicology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And how do you know how long that usually takes?
Typically it can be up to 5 to 6 months. But
Oh,
I
God.
have gotten back within 3 months before.
Fair enough.
You want my contact information?
Sure.
I'm gonna go back. Okay, fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very poor way to go, and the fact that he was so close to where he talked to the left officer upsets me a little bit.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. That's my cell phone number. You can call or text me. My name's Investigator Schaefer. And I'm the one that basically processed the scene. The case is now mine. After I received it and I came out there and processed the scene and spoke with the family and everything like that. So
You don't mind? Let's go ahead and
yeah.
get over here because I have some more purpose questions.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Someone said she was a liar, and I don't know if she told me the truth. What's covered in blood? I know. I saw his body. I saw the bruising on his face and whatnot. But I also
Did she
checked
take
on her.
pictures or anything?
No, she didn't. But I took up the body. Yeah. But my concern was, did something happen to him outside of falling on something? Because when I know how the hay fields are up there.
Yeah, right.
It's soft.
Yeah, very soft.
That man has fallen off of a roof before
Okay.
and been fine. He's rubber.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering. Is that something that was looked into, like what he made contact with, or were there pictures taken at the scene
Yes.
to see what
Yes,
he
I
did?
took pictures.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
do you-
I took.
What he did?
I can't. My guess is as good as yours as far as what he may have hit, but I'm not so sure that it wasn't. It didn't. There wasn't a ton of trauma. It mainly looked like his lip was mildly busted.
Okay.
Just slight blood.
Okay.
It was bloody from here, from his lip down.
Okay.
But it wasn't. He didn't have like significant trauma to his face and things like that. So,
I was wondering, did people actually go in the field, or did they just drive down the street that time? That's I'm wondering, did they actually
Look,
do?
I see your phone. I don't know if you're recording me or not.
No, I got
If you-
notifications
if
going
you-
off
if
left
you-
and right here.
If you
I'm
are,
sorry.
it's okay. But I'm going to just be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I know exactly where you're going, and my heart aches for you all so much. This is such a terrible situation. To answer, I cannot answer that question for you.
No, I can
100%,
understand that.
Okay.
I can understand that.
The thing is, though, is the officer said, or is he, I guess he told him to come down to the store, and he, I guess, took a different route and was not there. And I'm not sure if the deputies, looked in the field or if they even knew where to look. You know what I mean? It would. I understand
the
what you're
weather.
saying.
It was a red alert for Franklin County.
It was cold. It was cold.
Yeah. And
But then we also went and when we spoke with guys, I guess he could have been anywhere because they said that he may have went to the woods, and that sometimes he goes to the woods and builds a fire. And
Well, that's
is that any of that true? Or?
He hasn't been back in the woods in forever, and Haley's like, I saw some tracks, but Haley's an idiot.
Yeah. So
No, and
so
that
truthfully-
was after the fact because they didn't call you guys. We did. I
But
was the one who called before.
That's another issue that we have is it would have been so nice. I mean, I was thinking about it, like if we could have got a call the night of, hey, it's been 2 hours. He said he was going to the store. He hasn't came back. You know what I mean? Or something. I mean, I was thinking about it myself. And it just breaks my heart. Because I feel like if we would have known that, because we get calls all the time. Hey, somebody's here. They're in the road. You get there, they're gone. You don't know where to. It's literally a needle in a haystack a lot of times to look for someone. You don't know where to look. You don't even know if the complainant is true. In this case, it was one of our sergeants, so we kind of had an idea that this was legitimate, right? We got there and the person's not there, but that happens so often. I mean, it's almost every day. That someone's in the road and we go look and they're not there anymore. And most of the time, they either make it to their destination or whatever the case, or they get picked up a lot of times. But when we
report from him say that you said he was drunk because that's what Officer Johnson mentioned to me is that my dad actually said audibly that the sergeant asked if he had been drinking. He's like, yes, I've been drinking.
I don't know about that.
Well, I would look into that.
Okay.
Because-
So the sergeant said. So the sergeant
No.
said.
The one that I talked to was Johnson, right?
Okay,
And
yeah.
he said from the one report, he said that have you been drinking? Yeah, all right, you want to come over here and talk to me real quick? You know my dad, if you call him over, he's going to come over and talk to you even if he's being stupid, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to know if that was included in the report. Because Johnson mentioned that somewhere.
Okay. I'll have to look into that
All right, I
to
appreciate
see.
that.
I mean, I guess it would add if he was completely obliterated drunk, then it would add what
drunk stumbling through the thing enough for the neighbor to call. And
Right.
It's some concerns I have.
I see what you're saying.
I just wish more had been done. Was my
Okay. Well,
biggest concern. And if it was, oh hey, we drove down the road, we didn't see him. Peace. Have a great day. Because I'm concerned we have a mentally ill person that you guys are well aware of. I have personally spoken to you guys and said on file, he's bipolar. He has some concerns. I mean, you guys have like the yearbooks through the years of streams of mugshots from him not being drunk. Half the times you guys arrested him drunk in public, he was on his property and he was just crazy. He seems drunk when he's having his moments, but yeah. But anyways, I think that's the information I need to talk about right now, and I know that there's some more information that needs to come for me to be able to build a full picture in my head about what happened here. But
let me do some more digging on this. Let's write down some stuff we want to. You stay in touch with me, okay? And text me actually when you can. Let's.
and they're not to be involved, and nobody
Well, see,
else
that's
who
the-
calls in about my family, about him, to be involved, especially his mother. I know that his sister Deborah called in as well. I'm the only one who's functional inside the family who's not disabled or has a mental condition. So I promise I'll be the best to deal with.
All right, help me understand the family dynamic. Are
Mom, James
you-
Gillespie Jr.
You're James Gillespie Jr. And is your mother?
That's the one who fell out. That's Michelle Gillespie
So and she is your mother.
That's
She
my
was
mother.
married to.
for 30 plus years.
Wow. Okay. And that is your blood sister,
Yes.
Haley. And okay, because you know how there's so many divorces these days. I wasn't sure who. I wasn't sure.
Oh, they're
who-
Catholic. They don't believe in that.
Okay, cool,
They'll
cool.
stick together for the hell of it.
All right, so let's write down
Um,
some stuff you want me to work on. We want to look at.
I want-
Number one, we want to look at.
To be frank here, if someone could just tell me what the report said, that would be what I needed to hear. I know it's going to take a while to get FOIA, and I know how to do a FOIA. I just think they're stupid because we should get them. I understand
Yeah, I
investigation pen on them. But I just want to know. I already know who called in the report. Like, we know everyone on the street. It's Glade Hill. Everybody knows everybody. We all meet at the minute. You know what I mean? So I've already talked with them. and also the Minute Market, and also got in the back, seen footage from there as well to see if anyone actually did pull into the back as well. So that's what I wanted to know about the verbiage of what that actual report said, or if somebody just yelled out the window and decided to drive away.
So we want to know basically, was there a sufficient effort to find it?
Well, there was no. Well, my concern is, did he mention he was drunk? 'Cause that would have been a concern. And I also want to know the times that that the sergeant Lyles, right, was there.
Like the off-duty sergeant?
Yes. And that's been about it right now. But yeah, I'll be in communication with Joe.
I'm also going to write down, was the search sufficient, or was it a good enough search for someone who's missing and just seen in that location?
Especially if it's
And don't you agree that's what
seeing the weather conditions and everything. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, Johnson, he saw my dad walking earlier, and he didn't want my dad walking. I mean, I believe half of you guys have dealt with him at one time or another. I don't know if you've ever met my father, but
Yeah, but
most
people-
everybody has.
Well, no,
and if they saw him, they'd be like, "Oh God, yeah, let's give him a ride," because they've given him rides before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but from the
Yeah.
vibe that I've gotten, yeah, he's fought people. Yeah, we've dealt with him, but
But he's a
apparently he's a
sweetheart.
nice guy.
Yeah, he's an absolute sweetheart.
That's why
unless he's-
Johnson gave him a
Yeah,
ride.
yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
We all know it's not
And Johnson's even pulled his gun on him before, but with that being said,
Yeah. It's
he
just-
was very much so in contact with me, so I appreciate Johnson and what he did.
I think that he's still respected. Your father is still respected.
Oh yeah.
And I know
Yeah,
what
we
you
had
I
half
know
of
what you-
Franklin County's youth was at his viewing yesterday because he coached all of them in
Yeah.
softball and everything.
Right. And I know what you're getting at as far as was there any prejudice towards because of his past action? I can tell you that's not the case. Because I was there for the search for him when we thought, you know, maybe he's still. I can't stand this mask.
No, you're
Maybe
good.
that.
I literally got tested a while ago, so I'm fine. I believe you're fine. If I get sick, I get paid
I'd
off
like
from
to
work,
stay.
so we're good.
I like to stay away
Yeah.
distance if I got this off. But no, I was there for the search. We manned a search party of 25, 30 people. We had the
With the
dogs out,
hounds, yeah.
and I was so hopeful that we were going to find him alive.
Yeah.
It Y'all call you later.
Okay.
Thank you. That's my sergeant.
Yeah.
And I was heartbroken whenever my dad's born in 64.
Yeah.
I mean,
Same
64
here.
is,
Yeah,
I mean,
same
they're
here.
literally him and your father. So, and it's, I could get in my personal life too. That's, yeah, it killed me. But, I'm going to look into a few things. Can you shoot me a text?
I'll shoot you a text
and-
probably in an hour or so because I got to get wrap up some business at the hospital
Alright.
and the banks right now.
I've got a pile of cases that I work on, and I systematically work on this. I'm gonna probably put this towards the top.
I appreciate
But
it.
please check in with me periodically, every week or so, and see if I've made any progress. And I'll try to reach out to you too.
Yeah, it goes on. I have a lot of things at the minute for toxicology, so I understand the delay. I suspect you'll probably find like maybe his regular medicine.
Hey, here's a question I have.
Yeah.
How would he have passed? What caused the death ultimately? I mean, was it an overdose? Was it the cold?
My suspicion,
His-
because you saw him fresh, I saw him after.
I don't want
Oh, no, you're fine.
I don't know
You're
if
fine.
I have.
Oh, no, you're fine.
It's going around everywhere.
No, I apologize. His face here, it had come to the surface. The bruise had come to the surface. If you want to see a picture, I'll show you, because I took pictures of him before they did the makeup and everything, because it was something I wouldn't show my mother.
Right.
Unless they were, and they didn't know if they were going to be able to do enough makeup to cover it. But he had one from like here all the way to his ear and back. Big, huge. Yes, huge. You want to see? I'll show you right now.
I didn't. But you have to. All right. When I found him, he was on an incline. Okay, well, that's too dramatic. But that field has a slope. Okay, so his head was on the decline portion of it.
Yeah.
So all of the blood had traveled to his head, which kind of can alter the way, you know, when we do the analysis for the initial analysis
Yeah.
and analyzation of the body is kind of what we suspect. But ultimately, what's going to come back, I'm hoping with decent results as to what happened is the medical team report. So
From what I suspect, he hit very hard against something. I'm expecting he lost consciousness. I checked his nails to see if he's trying to struggle, like trying to crawl his way. His nails were clean, not broken, things of that nature. So I'm suspecting he fell and lost consciousness and broke. But that's my suspicion.
I think he was a hit though.
That's what I was wondering because I can't go to the scene. I can physically, but I can't mentally go to the scene.
And if we're
And-
talking about anything that makes you uncomfortable, just
No,
let
no,
me know.
it's okay.
I don't know where you would. I mean, if it was my father, I probably wouldn't be able to talk at all.
I'm the only one who can do the conversation. Say the least.
I wonder.
That's why I was wondering,
What
did
about
you
the
guys see
cemetery?
it? Oh, did he hit something out there? Yeah. Well,
What if he fell and hit his head at the cemetery and then walked into the field?
Well, could have. That's my concern as well.
You know, someone threw out.
Or was he disoriented from it? I'm not sure because like there was an impact, if you will,
Okay.
and that's what I was wondering. Did you?
I did not see that.
Yeah.
I processed
would
it.
you,
I did not see
Would you like to? Because I do have a picture of it.
it. Yes, because
Sure.